The Prophet ﷺ told us that he witnessed an alliance. Now this alliance is known as the alliance of the al-Fudul, the various alliance, Hilf al-Fudul. And this was formed in the month of Dhul Qa'dah. And the month of Dhul Qa'dah is one of the sacred months. We have 4 sacred months every single year. And this is when the clans of Banu Hashim, Banu al-Muttalib, Asad ibn Abd al-Uzza, Zuhra ibn Kilab, Wataym ibn Murrah, they all gathered in the house of Abdullah ibn Jad'an. And they had this pledge of allegiance among one another, that they would not find anyone in Mecca who was oppressed except that they would avenge him. And anyone who was wronged, they would make the wrongdoers pay for what they had done. So this was a noble cause. And the Prophet ﷺ accepted that and he witnessed it. Al-Albani, may Allah have mercy on his soul, authenticated the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said, I was present in the house of Abdullah ibn Jad'an when an alliance was formed, instead of which I would not like to have red camels, which is the most valuable thing to the Arabs. And if I were to be invited to such an alliance in the time of Islam, I would respond. So the Prophet ﷺ praised this alliance, though it was formed at the time of Kufr. And not only that, he said, if I were to be invited to a similar alliance in Islam, I would accept such an invitation. And this also shows us that nowadays international treaties that may happen between countries, some of the youngsters, some of the youth would say, oh, they'll shoot from the, they start shoot from the hip, as they say. And they would oppose it. And not only oppose it, they would accuse people of kufr and shirk for contributing in such an alliance. You cannot contribute, you cannot participate, you cannot join such international agencies. This is kufr, this is shirk. No, it's not. As long as there's nothing against Islam. Our Prophet told us, ﷺ, if it was to serve justice and humanity without having anything to go against Islam, that would be allowed without any problem, and Allah knows best. Finally, we have to notice that as the Prophet ﷺ's upbringing was in Mecca, the norm upon the youth in Mecca was to party all night long and to be wasted, drinking wine at night, and to worship idols, listen to music and concerts. Allah Azza wa Jal protected the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from all of that. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not ever engage in such issues. He hated whenever someone swore by their idols. He would never touch any of the idols seeking blessings like everyone else. He would never eat anything that was slaughtered for these idols or anything that had other than the name of Allah mentioned to it. And he tried one night or 2 nights to go to a concert and listen to music, and he failed because Allah Azza wa Jal made him fall asleep. So he knew that this is from Allah and he never attempted it again. And in one narration, while he was rebuilding the Kaaba with the people of Quraysh, when part of it was demolished due to a floodwater, he was helping his uncle Abbas and others to carry big chunks of rocks. So his uncle said to him, why don't you take your waist wrapper and put it on your shoulder to protect your shoulder from these heavy rocks? But this meant that his awrah would be exposed. When he attempted to do this, he fainted immediately and fell to the ground, looking to the heavens, saying to the people around him, where is my waist wrapper? Where is my waist wrapper? And it was put back on him again, and never ever he was seen after that, alayhi salatu wasalam, exposing his awrah. That was the norm at the time, that people would expose their awras in public, especially if they had a legitimate reason, such as protecting their bodies with their clothes. But the Prophet ﷺ was protected by Allah. There are so many incidents for Allah's protection of His Prophet ﷺ to be the most pure, the most honest, the most truthful among all men, that this is something that no one could have denied, and no one does deny till date, as he is the best man ever to had walked the earth, sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. With this, we come to the conclusion of our third episode or third class. Until we meet you in the following class, I leave you fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.